Topic title for today, getting more prospects. I'm excited to have you guys on. I do this call every single Tuesday, and I know that this is really a hot topic because so many of you who are looking to build a business, you're looking for ways to acquire more customers and to build your organization, smash ranks, and so forth. And so because I've had 5,000 personal enrollments in my career, over 1.2 million customers, I do have a lot of experience and credibility when it comes to getting more prospects and how to do it. So I want to give you guys some of my ideas today on how to go about doing this. The first thing is you don't prejudge anyone. I heard this one years ago. You don't judge a book by its cover, because who you think won't will, and who you think will won't. Let me explain that. A lot of times, the people who end up really building the business surprise us. And the people who we thought were really going to do this, they don't end up really doing anything. So I just don't judge a book by its cover. I used to prejudge, but I don't anymore, because you never really know who is going to go about doing this, okay? Like, here's another thing. If you just send people in a message on social media, basically check out my video, or some type of it could be a voice message, it could be a text. It's more than likely, this is my personal experience, go to their junk or other message box, depending on the platform, okay? The key is this. It is to comment on their stories, okay? Comment on their stories, not just their wall posts, because it will almost always go to where they actually see it. And even if they have someone managing their social media, they're going to see it. All right. This is what happened when I reached out to Ed Milet. I commented on one of his stories. I ended up sending him a DM as well. So I did both. I commented on the story, sent the DM. He actually gave me a voice response, which was actually pretty incredible. This will actually go to their main box. The response rate to the stories is far higher with engagement than if it's something on the wall. This is why I do most of my stuff on the story, and then some of the stuff that I want to keep, I put it on my wall. This is a way for you to bypass having to friend someone. This has been one of the challenges that people have had over the years, especially with Facebook, is, they're constantly friending people, and then you get your, account suspended and all this. You really don't need to do that. You can actually bypass this by commenting on people's stories, okay? Now, I prejudged TikTok, and so, in the beginning, when I first heard about TikTok, I thought it was only for young people, and I still consider myself young, but this is what I realized, and this is at least to date. There's 90 million people over 50 years of age, and that's only going to grow. That's on TikTok. Over 90 million people. Now, by the time you watch this, it's probably over 100 million, 150 million. Over 90 million people over 50 years of age. Guess what they're doing? They're on TikTok. They're usually not posting content. They're watching videos. And guess what? It's not just funny videos. There's a lot of interesting, educational, informal videos that are on TikTok. Okay? So I prejudged it. Now I'm on TikTok. I wouldn't say I have a huge account on TikTok, but I definitely do post a couple of times a week. Yes, I get comments. Yes, I get DMs. And yes, I have also been able to get quite a few signups. I know that there are certain teams where they literally are making a living using their TikTok. Okay? All right. Now, the algorithm will only show your stuff to people that it thinks would be interested. This is one of the reasons why I like TikTok, is because what you're putting out there with your algorithm and then other people's algorithm, whether it's business opportunity or travel or funny videos or fitness like that, it's only going to show it to those people. So it's going to push it to that kind of demographic, that market of people that would actually be interested, which I think is a great thing. Now, you can get a lot of views on your stuff without having to be an influencer or even have credibility. This is one of the things I like too. Think about some of the people that really made it big on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. It's not like that they were credible sources. It's that they had one or two videos that went viral. When I first started on YouTube, my very first video, you can actually check it out on YouTube, was of my son Carson. It was a garbage truck video where he did a tutorial on how a garbage truck works. We made two videos, And to date, they have about 4.5 million views, which is pretty insane for that kind of video. And that's what really launched my YouTube. I didn't have any credibility in the beginning. I had no degrees. I had no experience with YouTube. So you gotta start somewhere, okay? All right, now you can also use your content on multiple platforms. For anyone that follows me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, you'll see that I post things to multiple platforms. The reason being is because people are on different platforms, and what they see on one platform, they may not see on the other. So let's say that you were on TikTok, you posted something there, but you don't have the same following on TikTok that you would Instagram. Well, guess what? They may see it on Instagram, but they didn't see it on TikTok. So what do I do with my shorts and my reels and all that? Is I post them across the different platforms. Why? Because I have a different audience. So I post that same information, okay? Now, this is a huge recommendation I want to give to you guys, and I've said it for years. I'll continue to say it. You want to post daily on your wall or your stories. I'll even post multiple times a day. It could be about motivation, lifestyle, the business, the product. You got to think of it this way. If you owned a restaurant, you got to have a billboard. You got to have a sign. Otherwise, people don't know what you are. What do you provide? What do you offer? So I think of myself every day on social media as a walking, moving billboard. I am posting content, information, hopefully that has value, that they see over and over and over again to the point that they actually reach out to you. I got to tell you, to date, I haven't reached out to anyone in over 9.5 years. I've had thousands of personal enrollments. I have never reached out to anyone in over 9.5. I will never reach out to anyone ever again. I won't. Because I have a social media following, I don't need to reach out to anyone. Because what this does is when you post day after day and you're offering real value, it's going to hit up your audience over and over to the point where they eventually ask what you're doing. That's where it's gotten to for me. Now, look, I'm not the best. I'm not the greatest. I don't have the biggest following, but I have a good enough following that I continue to improve and post valuable content that people will always reach out. Now, when you're getting started, and this is where it started with me in the beginning, my mentor told me, reach out to 2 to 3 people every single day without fail and invite them to check out what we're doing. Now, the reason why you do this in the beginning is you're trying to build yourself to the point where you have enough prospects, a pipeline, and a team that you can get to the point where you don't need to do that. I don't need to do this anymore. And the reason why they said 2 to 3 people is because most people do this part-time. So besides the posting on social media, you want to reach out, whether it's in person, online, or offline, is you want to be reaching out to people and seeing if they're open. That's the goal. Now, you will get to the point where you don't need to do it. All you got to do is invite. I have a whole separate video on the invite process. I'm not going to go over that today, but the goal is you want to expose people to the product or the business every single day. You invite. You don't give them the details. Your goal is to pique their interest. It is to be the movie trailer, not the movie. It's to be the messenger, not the message itself. Again, you're a professional inviter. You just invite people to check out what it is that we're doing. Guys, if you want access to this presentation today, I want you to head on over to Brandon Boyd Official, all right? Go ahead and follow me on there. Hit me up in the DM and let me know that you want to get this PDF and you want to get this recorded video as well. I want to give it to you guys today for free. I hope that this has been helpful to you. I do this every Tuesday, and I hope that you guys crush the ranks, and we will see you at the top. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We'll talk soon.